Here in problem number 14, we're given a composite function and we're asked to find its derivative and evaluate that derivative when x equals 3. There's a couple ways we can go about it. Here's one way to look at it. I'm just going to start by identifying what this composite function is. So f of g of x, f is the outside function, and if you look, f is defined to be the root of something squared minus 4. So I'm going to call that the root of something squared minus 4. And now f of g of x means g of x becomes the input. So g of x is defined to be 3x minus 2. So we're just going to put 3x minus 2 in for x into the f function. Now to differentiate, we have to go through a few steps. I'm first going to think of this, instead of a radical, I'm going to think of this as the quantity 3x minus 2 squared minus 4, all raised to the 1/2 power. And now we'll differentiate. You can tell this is a composite function. We need the chain rule. The outside function here is something to the 1/2 power. So the derivative is going to be 1/2 times something to the negative 1/2 power. Remember, the inside stays the same. Quantity 3x minus 2 squared minus 4. Now we need to multiply by the derivative of the inside function. Well, the inside function is also a composite function. So use the chain rule again. The outside function here is something squared. So the derivative of something squared is 2 times something to the 1st power. The inside, 3x minus 2, doesn't change. And we'll multiply by the derivative of the inside. The derivative of 3x minus 2 is 3. The derivative of minus 4 is 0, so we're not going to worry about that one. Okay, we've taken a derivative. Now let's evaluate this. When x equals 3. Let's see what happens. I'm going to get 1/2 times. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 minus 2 is 7. 7 squared is 49. Minus 4. I'll raise to the negative 1/2 power. Well, 49 minus 4. Let's just call that 45. Okay. Times, well, we have a 2 times 3 here. That's going to be 6. And 3 times 3 is 9. 9 minus 2 is 7. Unfortunately for us, if you take a look, the options, 1/2 times 45 to the negative 1/2 power times 6 times 7 is not one of the options listed, so we need to simplify here. Let's get to work. First, we're going to deal with the negative exponent. So we have 1 on top, 2 on the bottom, and 45 to the 1/2 power. It's going to go to the basement. I'm just going to call that root 45. And 6 times 7 is 42. 42 stays on top. To clean this up, think about a couple things here. Let's check. Still doesn't match anything, so we'll keep going. 42 over 2 simplifies to just, 21. Over root 45, which is not an option. So let's keep going. Root 45, you remember that's root 9 times root 5. Root 9 is 3. So what we have is really 21 over 3 root 5. And you see the 21 and 3 simplify here to make 7. This is 7 over root 5, which matches option letter A. There's other ways to think about this problem, but that's how we work through it. Hopefully the video was helpful. Thank you for watching.